Welcome back, everybody. We are starting a new segment here on Good Day Maine. It's called Friday Favorites.
That's right. All of us will be joining you each and every week to kind of share some of our favorite things, including food. Now, today, we're going to actually be meeting with Jeff in our Good Day Cafe to talk about one of his favorite vegan dishes.
Yeah, for all of you who don't watch the show that much, a couple of years ago, my wife and I both went vegan, and the rest of the family, and so we've really learned a lot of the vegan dishes out there. And today, we're preparing what we like to call faux pulled pork sandwiches, or really, instead of the pork, we're using something called tempeh.
Oh, okay. Now, what exactly is tempeh,
Well,
Jeff?
here's what it is right here. It's fermented soybeans. It's basically put together like a rectangular patty, and it has the texture of meat, really, and it has kind of a nutty smell to it, but it takes on, just like tofu, the flavor of whatever you're cooking. Very good for you, too. It's a lot of protein and calcium in this as well. So, and you can find it, by the way, in your produce department.
What does it smell like?
It does kind of have like a nutty smell to it.
All right, we're going to put you to work now. Here's what you're going to, some of the ingredients we're going to have. We're going to have peppers. So what we have, 1 pepper, 1 onion, barbecue sauce, and also we have olive oil. So really not a lot, and this only takes like 10 minutes to prepare and cook. So go ahead, we're going to start with you, Craig.
So we chop that up and we throw the whole thing in?
There you go. You're going to dump that, and also we're going to put some onions in there too. There you go, Craig. That's your job, to the onions. Now, here's what Jennifer's going to do. You have the tempeh, and what you're going to do is you're going to crumble the tempeh up. It's pretty easy to do, right?
Yeah, you're just crumbling it up. It just falls right apart. I'm not sure it has a texture of meat to it, though.
Yeah. Well, wait
We're
till
gonna
you
have to
try it.
taste it.
Wait till you eat it, just so it'll have the texture of the pulled
I'm a little
pork.
bit suspicious of this. I'm curious.
It almost sounds like mushrooms. So it kind of, you said it just takes on the flavor of whatever you're cooking.
Exactly.
Okay.
And now when you're in the store shopping, one of the things you need to find is your favorite barbecue sauce as well, because you're going to mix that with the tempeh. And we decided to pick something called Hick Lickin' Good. And you have to be careful when you look on there. If you're vegan, you don't use any animal products, and so you have to look on the ingredients on just about everything to make sure that it doesn't have any animal products in it. So we picked this one. It had none in there, no dairy and no meat, and delicious to say the least.
Do you want me to do this whole thing?
Yeah, do the whole thing. Get it all in there.
It's
so
a little
rip it up.
slippery.
Yeah, there you go.
You gotta be careful.
And this is easy to find. Now, where do you usually find tempeh? Is it in the produce section?
Produce section, you can find it right where you get your peppers
tofu.
and your onions, all
okay.
right there. Hey, also another ingredient we have is something called Earth Balance. Now we can't do it today because we don't have an onion, but we're going to butter the hamburger rolls. That's another ingredient, and we use something called Earth Balance. Again, it's a non-dairy spread, and you're going to broil those in the oven to make it, just like you would for a hamburger or something else like that. So that's another one of the ingredients. All right. So, and then you're going to do the onions and the peppers over probably about medium heat, and this is probably going to take a couple of minutes. And so you're cooking that along in the 1 tablespoon of oil. So get that going, Craig. You're doing a great job stirring it. And how's the crumbling
I'm all
going?
done. I'm all done.
Oh, okay. Now, here's what I need you to do, Jennifer. Grab the barbecue sauce, okay?
All right.
Now you're going to dump that right in there.
Okay, how much?
All right.
Just coating it a little bit?
Dump the whole thing.
The whole thing?
The
Are you
whole
sure?
thing in there. Yep, the whole thing.
That's aggressive there.
Oh,
okay.
you know me, I'm very aggressive.
Wow, this is going to be like a manwich.
Oh, there you go. All right, now, here's
This
the
is
deal.
made too.
Now, I came prepared with just about everything, but I only have 1 serving spoon. So we're going to borrow this from Craig. So stir this up a bit.
I
right
did
here.
wash my hands, but I don't know about that would get really messy. It'd be fun for
You don't want to get in
kids.
there with your
There you
hands
go.
here.
Now,
Well,
stir
kids
it
would
up.
love to get their hands in here.
Oh, this is good. And speaking of kids, this meal, again, it has the taste of pulled pork sandwich. We gave it to especially our older kids, and right away our older kids were like, what? It's not pork? Ooh, yuck. Ugh. But, we served it to them, and they took 1 bite, and were like, oh my gosh, this is good. And now this has really become a staple at our house. So now what I want you to do, Jennifer, just pour it right in there.
Okay.
Dump it in.
Now, what did the younger kids think of this, too? Because you have a variety of ages at home. So the older ones, you said, were pretty boisterous about voicing their opinion, but then liked it. How about the young ones?
Well, we have 2, and again, all kids are different. Our 6-year-old wants nothing to do. He just thinks it looks weird, and I don't know. But our 4-year-old will eat tempeh, will eat tofu, and all that stuff, and she loves it. So it's really interesting that she absolutely loves everything. She's like 100% vegan. My 6-year-old as well. However, some of the stuff that we have, we got to do something else because he will not eat this. He just hasn't learned to like it. It just shows you how different kids are. But the teens absolutely love this. And when we do our menu planning every Friday or Thursday night, all the older kids, there's 2 things they always request. Can we have the pulled pork sandwiches, with the tempeh, and we can have sweet potato burritos. Those are 2. I go, we can't have that each and every week, all right?
So this is on the weekly rotation then?
We try to have this like once every 3 weeks because, my wife and I, we would get sick of it. this.
So
but-
do you have to cook this in any way, or is it you just heat it up?
Yeah, you just heat it up. It's probably going to heat up, over medium heat for probably about 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then, and the nice thing about this, again, very high in protein and calcium. And also, when you're using the onions and the peppers, now when you talk about peppers, I mean, this is very healthy for you as well. I mean, the pepper lowers your cholesterol rate, and the onion's high in vitamin A and vitamin C as well. So you throw in a high in protein with the tempeh. And also with the calcium, I mean, you got a really healthy dinner.
So, and tempeh is high in protein, so that's what you're doing is you're replacing the meat protein for the tempeh protein, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, we cooked this up for 5 minutes. We had the buns in the oven.
Okay.
And we cook those up, get those all ready. And then voila, in our make-believe oven right here, we pull out the pulled pork sandwich, or the faux pulled pork, or the barbecued tempeh
We want to
sandwich.
taste it.
I know, we're going to do that. We're going to cut it up.
Okay.
And during the next segment, after our commercial break, you guys are going to take a bite of this. But
Jeff, you're
it's
going to make us
absolutely
wait?
delicious. We're going to wait for
already,
this.
yeah.
Well, I can cut it up,
Sounds good.
but you got to be careful. Now, the one thing I will say about this, the one negative about it, it can be a little messy.
Right. Well, hey, that's the good part.
Or you might
right?
want to have a lot more.
A lot of napkins needed to be had.
We'll be right back.